Dave versus Compton is always must-see TV
Oh
because it's the
yeah.
captainship
And this could be
And
the
this time right now
I
too,
don't know if he's
exactly.
ever gonna I really don't know. Like I hope he's
This is
able
like
to play
CM
after
Punk when he
this.
was the WWE champ. Like Dave said, it's like he's going to a different company. You don't want to have him leave with the title. I'm sure Dave
Well,
doesn't want the Boost Ponies winning in New Orleans.
Rundown, January 30th, 2025. Three of the six Disney boys coming at you. Jeff
That's
Lowe,
right.
Fox,
Yeah.
Clem. Shout out Ken, Jack, Dave, and Austin, the other half of the Disney boy. That we maybe that should be discussed here at the end, at some point. What we do for the next trip, which has to be Robbie's bachelor party, right? Like that has to be the
I mean, at this point, you're an engaged man too.
or a
Maybe it's both
bachelor
of our
party. I don't want
bachelor
to dictate your
parties.
bachelor party, but like a bachelor party.
It's like a conjoined one at this point.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's
isn't
true.
Ken Jack getting married too?
I
The
know.
Disney boys are getting
Yes.
sucked up.
He is. Yeah. He'll be married before we know it, I think. But like we could get those like cheesy shirts made, like we're all
Yeah.
together, like Disney boys. Yeah.
Uh, and along the way, while we're on that trip, could be drinking some Mountain Dew. Shout out to Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Huge part, not just of Barstool, but also next week too, or the big game, should I say. Bleep that out. They're part of the dozen, which Clem, you'll be competing in the dozen, returning next week. Mountain Dew, big part of the Ask the Audience next week. I had Mountain Dew Baja Blast like a day ago. Absolutely
So
delicious. I
good.
had
Yeah.
the freeze version of Mountain
Oh,
Dew Baja
so
Blast.
good. I love the freeze.
Yep.
Yeah.
hmm Slug one down during the big game. Only one important football game left this year. Make sure you have Mountain Dew Baja Blast by you. It's as refreshing as anything. Maybe if you're an Eagles fan, it's as refreshing as the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. Or if you're a Chiefs fan, as refreshing as the Chiefs winning the big game. Ride the Baja Wave on game day. Grab Mountain Dew Baja Blast for you and your crew wherever that beverage is sold, whether it be a fast food joint or grocery store. Shout out to Mountain Dew Baja Blast. All right, little sports off the top. Clem, your teammate, celebrity teammate at the dozen in Vegas last year, Greg Olsen, straight up just said it sucks. He got replaced by Brady. And this is going to sound biased now, but he's right. It does suck.
Yeah, and again, it sounds biased coming from me as well. And listen, I love Greg Olson. He chopped it up with us the whole time at the dozen. That was Vegas last year where
Yep.
we were with him. He was the only guy to get a loss for ZD last year. We were undefeated when we did
Oh.
not have Greg Olson on
Oh,
our team.
so now we're just being mean
So
to him.
maybe I'm not being biased. Maybe I should throw him under the bus, but I'm not going to. It sucks when Greg Olson's not on the broadcast for the best game of the week, which usually is the case because Brady obviously is, the one booth with my guy Kevin Burkhardt, SNY Mets guy from back in the day. But it that's the perfect way to put it. And I appreciate third leg Greg. Not keeping that little Miami edge to him all these years later, now that he's a big corporate name and all that kind of stuff. I appreciate that. It's true. I think he's the best guy by far. Like when I watch his games, I learn just so much. He's just great at it. It's kind of what Romo was when he first came in and everyone loved him. And he still has that. And it just sucks. And then I think Jerry wrote the blog and I was like, this is probably gonna have a little bit of a Patriots spin towards it here. So you're gonna have all the Brady defenders and Patriots people going for Brady. Brady has his moments. He kind of does suck too at the same point for a lot
I mean,
of his
good
games.
friend of Tom Brady, Dave Portnoy, just said on
Yes.
the Unnamed show, which aired about an hour before this, that Brady sucks at that job, which
I
is
didn't even
I would agree with. He may not. Did he say suck? He said he's not good at it. At least he said at least that much.
I feel
And
like
you
Brady's better on the like pregame stuff when they do the stuff where they bring Gronk in and Edelman and they do the stupid like segments like that than he is at actual commentary.
There's, I don't. It's a mix of things, and like I don't even know if he's gotten better. Like he's getting that past. Like he's gotten better. I guess he's gotten better in the sense that his first one was a disaster, but there's just a lack of the worst thing that happened to Brady and Fox was that Olsen and Burkhardt had a great chemistry going.
Yep.
They had done a Super Bowl. They were great last year together. And then you finally have that established where it's like, okay, this is the big game Fox voice. And then you just break them up and you bring in two guys who have no chemistry. Kevin Burkhardt earlier in the season he was clawing for dear life trying to get something out of Brady. And it was a tough listen. And it's still not great, but I'd almost say it's worse now because now it's just boring.
Yeah, and People I saw, like some people are upset that he's always referencing. Tell me about the Patriots. Tell me about what Belichick would have done here. Tell me what Gronk did or what Edelman did that you see in the game, what you see at the line that you can go back to your seven fucking Super Bowls and all that shit. That's the kind of stuff I want to hear. It's just so vanilla. And like you said, Jeff, like the worst thing that could happen is they found the answer to like when Troy and Buck left and they just didn't know a year later they
Yeah.
were going to replace it with. I mean, the price tag is so absurd too. The thing about Brady is, I feel like he's going to work to get better at it, but I don't know if this is one of those things you could just get better at through work, like
No.
throwing a football, you know. And I'm hoping it sounds like he's really in with the Raiders. Keep doing that, man. Like seems like he's really into that. Get there. He just is so prideful. I don't think he'd just quit after a year or two or three.
This is the last Super Bowl that Fox has until Super Bowl 63 in 2029.
Oh, wow.
They've actually had two out of the last three. There was a trade that NBC made, and then because
they traded up for a new Super Bowl.
Yeah, because they wanted to have the Super Bowl. CBS didn't want to have the Super Bowl competing with the Olympics, or like NBC just take it. Like you can have both at the same time. And so I think that was part of it. So like they're not gonna have one for a while. So give me a prediction. Do you think he'll be doing a Super Bowl in 4 years? Do you think this will be his first and last Super Bowl? I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's not doing the next one. I'm gonna say he's on to doing like a podcast or something by then, and maybe pregame stuff. But I don't think he'll do another Super Bowl in 4 years.
Greg Olsen will have 2 Super Bowls under his belt before Tom Brady does another one, if he ever does
okay.
another one. And we're going to say that was fucking awesome. Greg Olsen, #1 with a bullet by whenever the year that is. What Super Bowl are we on, by the way? These Roman numerals, we've hit the point
59.
of no return now. I'm just lost.
59.
I mean, we're at 59?
And
Next
when you
year
start putting
is-
the L into the Roman numerals, like, all right, we've lost the plot with the L.
Yeah, Jeff, are you
Next
ready,
year
guys?
is LX. Is LX.
Okay, that's pretty cool. But then you start getting the
right?
eyes in there again. Yeah, that would be 60.
I'm
right?
okay
LX?
with the I's. I'm okay with the V's. I'm okay with the X's. Get the
I
L's
don't
out
like
of the
that.
Roman numerals.
Santa Clara got Super Bowl 50 and 60. That seems unfair to me. It's in Santa Clara next year. I don't think that's fair. I think someone
I've
else
been
should
there.
have
Worst
60.
sunburn of my life. Santa Clara, Levi Stadium, WrestleMania 31.
That's where it is.
I'll find a picture.
It's in California 2 straight years. It's in Santa Clara, and then it's where I am now. It's in Southern California in 2027. Which that means LA has a Super Bowl and then the Olympics the next year. It has the World Cup finals in 2020. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yes, I love that you just pulled that up. Incredible.
It's
That
like
is
one
a
of the
bad
first
number.
pictures saved on my phone because I got a new phone right before I went on the trip. So yeah, that was a day spent in the Santa Clara
my
sun at WrestleMania.
God, worst ever.
Actually, the World Cup final is in
I
your
was
neck of the
jacked
woods.
in that picture, by the way, too. Jacked. I was going to the gym. I was working out. Look at the bod on that guy. God, hide your wives, hide your girlfriends.
Jeff, I feel like you're probably a big Roman numerals guy for the Super Bowl. Would you be willing to say it's time to scrap them after 60 here?
No, I like it. I like it a lot. It's how I know Roman numerals is because of the Super Bowl.
It's like really, I think Bart Simpson says Rocky movies and Super Bowls. That's how he knows. That's how he learned the Roman numerals. How about this? Roman numerals can stay, but they have to make the Super Bowl logos cool again, where it has a little bit of flair with it.
It's getting better,
the
though.
Rose Bowl.
It's getting better. Last year had the Vegas skyline. This year's got a New Orleans flair to it. They've improved. It was way worse like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yes, very cookie cutter, generic, soulless, like Roger.
Always
Goodell.
like a silver logo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just mad that I'm just mad that they wimped out and they went with Super Bowl 50 for Super Bowl 50. They couldn't figure out how to make the L, just the L by itself work. That's a pussy move.
That's
like,
weird.
If you're gonna do
Super Bowl
49
L.
with Roman numerals, you gotta try the 50th.
Just seems like the Super Bowl's an L at that point. This is the L Super Bowl. This is the shitty Super Bowl.
Easy Super Bowl. Remember Super Bowl XL because Jerome Bettis was in it. That was
Yep.
Steelers, Seahawks. This is Jerome Bettis was a big boy.
In Detroit.
Is Greg Olsen going to be in New Orleans? Can he come on the dozen? Is he like could be like our phone a friend if he's?
I
around?
don't know. It's the dozen. Buy the tickets on sale now. It's a Tuesday, unfortunately, this year. We got
that's right.
The NFL bodied everybody out of venues, so we can only do it on that Tuesday, which sucks. But yeah, so I don't know where the 60th Super Bowl is going to be. They haven't picked it yet.
Mincy didn't get us any pull in the Big Easy. I thought Mincy would be botting the NFL out of venues.
Mincy sold some extra tickets. I will say, I got to give him some credit here.
That's Dave's Brick Watch
But
salesman.
I'm Mince.
Yep. He did help a little bit. So I do give Mincy some credit. Anything else on the old big game? Still 2 weeks away.
I'm upset that the Commanders aren't in it, but it
Yeah.
was a good season. Got someone to build around, so you can't be too mad.
I'm already annoyed at whatever the referee controversy is going to be on Monday morning. I just don't want to.
We are shaping up to that being the big thing, aren't we?
Yes, 100%. And as a
I
Giants
think I'm
fan,
rooting for the Chiefs at this point too.
you better be. Welcome to the fucking party,
I mean,
pal. You're
obviously-
back.
I have a future. I am not. Shout out DraftKings. Go Eagles for the sake of this 1 week. But
Oh.
I actually, if I didn't have, I have so many friends who are Eagles fans, and I do like the city of Philadelphia. But I also
I know,
like
I'd
rooting
be happy for
history, so I don't-
Roan. I'd be happy for Gilly and the
Right.
broom guy that lives across the street from him. That video was so good when he's like, Jake, we're going to the Super Bowl and we're bringing you. And Jake is just shook. He's like, is he serious? He's got the giant hat on. I loved that video.
Roan and Fran went a couple years ago when we were in Glendale, and they lost. So if they got a chance to go and see him win, I like Max. Shout out Max, biggest loser in terms of gambling streams and stuff. He finally won
I
one
was like,
last week.
Jesus Christ,
No,
Jake,
he's
biggest loser.
no, he would say it. He always dies on those streams. Like it's just how
Yeah,
it's
true.
just how it is. So if he
The
won, I'd
big
be happy
hands
for them.
picture,
But
yeah.
I don't blame you rooting for the Chiefs. Seeing history is cool. I think seeing history is really cool in sports. So
I think it's
3 in a row
cool,
would be
yeah.
good.
I'm starting to get a little annoyed with how much people are saying the entire NFL is rigged to make them win. It's like, I get it. They've been getting a lot of crazy breaks the entire season, but come on. I don't know. I think I'm going Chiefs.
Listen, Bob. If you're going to have a good team with a good quarterback, Jake Daniels, you have to learn to eat the Eagles again. I don't understand. Like,
Yeah, I know.
A lot of people didn't know you were a Commanders fan. If you're a true Commanders fan, you've hated the Eagles and the Cowboys your entire fucking life. You can hate the Giants too. That's fine.
But it's
You
like,
hate the Eagles if you're
my
an
life,
NFC
there's
fan.
never been a rivalry, dude. There's never been a rivalry in my entire life. Even the Eagles fans in the office, they were like, yeah, we don't care about the Commanders. Like, Roan was like, yeah, there's no rivalry there. Like,
I was rooting for you guys like throughout the playoffs, basically. Yeah, I'm with you. Like,
yeah, I
guys
know.
are-
It's fucked up. But eventually that hate will grow, hopefully.
I will note there's only one team to blame for the Eagles being in the Super Bowl, and it is Clem's team. So that just needs to be noted.
Boom.
Letting
Saquon.
Saquon go is the reason they're there.
Detroit Lions, I think, just shitting the bed against the commies didn't help matters, but they just mismanaged his whole career. Penn State guy, like that guy was so awesome coming out of college. I have to say, I feel bad now. Like the Giants just robbed all football fans of watching this incredible talent be awesome for basically his entire career. He had a great rookie season, and he did have moments, but some injuries. But it's like I think when you're a bad franchise and you mismanage everything, it could take even the brightest star down. And sorry about that, NFL.
I will say this too. I would never do the front office hard knocks ever again. I would, if you're a team, the Giants front office hard knocks was the most damning thing that's ever happened on Hard Knocks. The only thing more damning was when my team was on it and Hugh Jackson was like a fucking Nimrod the entire time. But the two clips about his son saying draft Jaden Daniels and then the other one about who was it Mara? Who said the thing about Barkley? What was
John Mara. I won't be able to sleep at night if Saquon goes to the Eagles. Yep.
Robbie, let's nerd it up. Do you know the connection between the Giants owners and movies?
No. Oh, wait. Rooney Mara, Kate Mara.
There you go. Look at
the
that.
Rooney family, right? Yeah,
he knows
yeah,
ball.
I do know that.
Bob
Okay, yeah.
knows ball.
I know ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't learn that this week. Definitely didn't learn that this week.
Jeff, you're 100% right, though. No franchise with a brain, which the Giants may not have, will sign up for that. Because, like, the Giants were never going to – they always would fight going on Hard Knocks for the regular one. And then they got this one where they're like, oh, listen, we don't have to, like, have them, get in the players' faces and ruin our preseason. And instead, it just made everyone look like the biggest brainless morons. And the way the season played out made them look even dumber somehow. So, yeah, it'll either be very cut back in terms of access or they're just going to scrap it. But I love the – in season, and then the fact they kept it going in the postseason with the Ravens throughout and the Steelers. I love the divisions that they did for the AFC North this year. So I think that's the best Hard Knocks we have right now is the in season into the postseason.
the Browns were in the AFC North 14th thing, obviously, and it just made it worse. I couldn't watch it. It's like sucks so much ass.
Yeah,
A
it's
horrible
tough.
team. Terrible. Glad football's over. Get out of here. I'm done with football. Go away.
Moving
Go
on.
away. Go away for a few
Change
months.
subject, Jeff. Get the fuck out of here.
From football to farting.
Yep.
How about this story? Did you see the Jay Leno voice? Did you guys see this? Did you hear about this?
See this? Hear this?
Woman got charged in the first ever cyber farting case after she relentlessly was sending multiple videos of herself farting to her ex-boyfriends, which you just wouldn't think. I mean, so like Will Compton does this, right? Where he like videos himself and he like
First person
farts
I
in the
thought
phone.
about. Yeah, I was like, this guy might have some
So-
lawsuits on his hand coming
Could you
up.
imagine if somebody that Will tweeted this at saw this and then sued Will? Not to give them reasons to sue Will Compton, but like
I don't want to
didn't
give
know
anyone
this
any
could happen.
ideas. I love Will Compton, but I would also love to see that lawsuit happen. I would love to see the deposition. I want to know everything about it. Yeah, maybe listen, Will's leaving Barstool. I love him. He's staying in the dozen. That's a great thing. Dave was talking about that with the booze ponies. But if he
He said he's
crosses
going to play. He's
Team
playing
Minahan
next
this
week.
year,
I'm still cannot confirm he's
Oh.
playing the whole season. We'll see. That
Oh,
might be
yeah,
an
'cause
on
Dave did
stage.
say-
That might be an
Dave
on
was like-
stage negotiation between Will and Dave. We'll
true,
see.
because
I have
Dave said he's
nothing-
under
no comment.
contract, but he's under contract like through the Super Bowl, right? So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah. But yeah, if he crosses Team Minahan next year, maybe Team Minahan has a lawsuit against him.
I mean,
Maybe we take his ass to court, literally.
is this about to be like the McDonald's hot coffee thing where
Oh, maybe.
Like, there's copycat, which
Scalding hot coffee, yeah.
the McDonald's hot coffee thing, by the way, that is if you've never gone down the rabbit hole on that, it's more fascinating than you can even think because the people always kind of people usually cast that aside as being like a
Money
Like, oh,
back.
like-
Ambulance chaser.
yeah, but like her burns were insanity. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy town. Like it's kind of nuts. But there was like the copycat idea from that going forward. So I do wonder if like how many people are gonna be sued for sending fart videos going forward.
Well, and the crazy thing is, it's not her ex-boyfriend. It's her boyfriend's ex-partner. So boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it may be. So that just feels like running up the score. It's like, hey, I got your man, and you're getting my
gross,
gas in
too.
your face. It's just
Like if I
fucking-
were the other person, I think I would just try to like send those videos to all of their loved ones. I would try to find her mom on Facebook and send the farting videos to her mom and be like, "Hey, get your daughter-in-law on. What's going on here?"
it's
Let it be
UK.
known too. What was the Did you see how much the payout was?
No, how much?
300 pounds is out.
It was 300 pounds.
Oh,
That's it.
all right.
what is that?
Yeah,
And
it's not even worth going
that has
forward
to be
over.
is
That's
that a net
gas
loss
money?
for the person suing?
Gotta be. Yeah.
Now, you guys are more worldly than I am. I'm fair enough. I'm man enough to admit that. Like the English, I'd say they're a little too proper for this, but they do have a weird side of them. Like, is this kind of an English thing here? Just sending out some farts to your.
I think you're right. I think the English are kind of proper. I think this would be an American thing. I think.
Yeah, right? Wouldn't you think
This would
so?
be this. Yeah, this doesn't.
Yeah.
This doesn't.
This
yeah.
sounds like Florida woman arrested for, like,
Yes.
yeah. Doesn't sound like Kensington woman fucking brought to court. No.
And her name is Rhiannon too. That's a nice name, little Fleetwood, obviously, and
Yeah,
it just
love
kind of
that.
sullies the whole
Great song.
British charm, which makes it even more fucked up. Like it probably like that the ex probably had like nightmares because you're improper old jolly, like you're having your tea time and you're just getting fart videos sent to you. I just think it's completely fucked up.
And
It
were
reminds me
they
of-
mean videos? Was it like an angry face fart, or was it like Will's where he's like, you see that? Like, what was the
What
What if
case?
that's why they lost the case? Like your sentiment was too mean.
Yeah.
They throw the C word around so loosely over there. It's farts kind of the same thing where it's like, oh, he had a little
Yeah.
toot. Maybe it's not a big deal over there. 300 pounds.
The idea of like you being worried, it's like, do I have a pro bathroom humor judge or not? I imagine like that
Yeah.
that nervousness. Like,
Yeah.
does this judge like fart jokes or not? That is going to swing everything.
Yes.
And then is there ever a moment where you're sitting in front of the judge and you have one bubbling up and you're like, oh, fuck. I cannot let this thing rip right now.
The Honorable Will Compton enters the room and the defendant's like, yes.
It reminds me
You
of
swear on everybody poops.
yes. That that meme. I always love that one meme. It's a picture of like that styrofoam food box with fries and black olives, and someone quotes it and says, "British people probably call this nuts and bolts or something." Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that. Which I love that meme. That'll be you. You're going to England this year, right? This
I'm
summer?
going, yeah. Me and Nate are flying to London and then taking the train to Wales to see Oasis, their first show
What
back in
day,
15
Bob? Tell
years.
the audience what day.
The 4th of July, yeah. It's
Fucking
pretty,
traitor.
it's as un-American as Anthony Mackie is after saying his Captain America quote. Whatever you want to go with it. It's pretty un-American.
Hey
Let's well
Siri.
let's wheel in some nerd travel stuff to close it out here because I feel like football and farting. You can't really top that. I I feel Dave doesn't like rides, but I do feel like
Yeah.
drinking around the world at Epcot might be the ideal like day long crazy video. Like all
Dave
eating
also
all the
isn't a big
food.
drinker. I think the food is an easier sell than the drinks to Dave.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's like a more of a food review day than because Dave is like, when was the last time you saw Dave drunk in Compton?
Shout out High Noon though. Though I'm not saying he gets drunk, but he can drink some High Noons. Maybe we can find some high.
Responsibly.
He loves
They,
his
they let you bring
Nooners, but do they
beverages
have
into
Nooners
Disney.
at Disney World?
No, I don't think they let you. They let you bring in water and soda and stuff. Mountain Dew Baja
Can we
Blast.
high noon
Um,
into some body armor bottles?
We
I don't
we
know.
eat around the world, and where's Coco? He wants to see the Coco ride or whatever. When's the Coco ride coming,
That's
Jeff?
coming to
It
Disneyland
doesn't even
though.
start construction till next year. 2026,
God
they start
damn it.
Yeah, they're
construction.
they're they're bulldozing the parking lot that I currently. So the parking lot in Disneyland that they're bulldozing, it's the downtown Disney parking lot. And if you're smart, like myself, you park there and you pretend you're there all day. So I always do that. You're not supposed to park there, but it's cheaper and it's easier to get your car. Last time I went, the guy at the toll booth when I was leaving, he called me out on it. He's
Uh,
like, "What are you doing today?"
Oh.
I'm like, "Oh, downtown Disney." He goes, "For 12 hours." I was like, "Ooh."
hey
He
man,
let me get me
Rainforest
what he can do at
Cafe.
that point. It's
You
over.
pulled out your laminated sheet and you're like, clearly you don't know
Yeah.
who you're talking to.
Fuck
Yeah.
you think I am? We could try some food. Also, shout out. Speaking of food, another sponsor for next week at the Super Bowl. This is, I mean, this has to be up there for greatest sponsors in your era of Barstool Climb for you, Reese's.
It's
Yeah.
it's my number one. I don't know about Eddie, but the Snack Boys. Anytime we're talking Reese's, we're just like the goat. I mean, that's
Chocolate
been my
peanut, the
number
new. Have you
one.
had the lava one?
Yes, I have
Oh,
a
it's
lava
so
one.
good.
They
It's like
dominate.
it's Reese's with more chocolate and like a different chocolate taste. They also not to go off book here, and I'm eliminating this as a question for ZD and trivia. Red Velvet Reese's cups. Have you had those yet?
I have not had. I haven't
Really?
seen them in
Haven't
my
heard of
Oh
area
yeah.
those.
yet. Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah. New for Valentine's Day.
We're
I'm
gonna be
not saying this
hammering.
about Reese's. I love Reese's, obviously, as a sponsor of the show, but I have heard in the past that there are cupcake places, specifically in New Jersey, I won't name them, that have very famous red velvet cupcakes, and it's just vanilla with red food coloring. How about that, Jeff?
It makes sense. I believe that. It makes complete sense.
I thought you were gonna tell me these
Um,
bakeries had like the Reese's peanut butter because that's the stuff I need. I need to get myself the
yes.
legit peanut butter cup peanut butter because that stuff is God's creation right there.
We'll have my like knapsack of stuff that I brought the last time I went to Disney. I'll pack it full
Yeah.
of pack it full of Reese's next time.
Beautiful.
Shout out Reese's sponsor next week. You'll see him at the Dustin. I think there's gonna be a chocolate volcano, like a big cup that you're gonna rub before you walk on stage, Clem, like Howard's Rock at Clemson.
Oh, wow.
That-
That's
you
like
know,
that. Now people were mad about slanting stuff, and people thought it was slanted in surviving. That's like slanting in for ZD. Get to rub a big
Yeah,
giant Reese's cup.
really.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
like
This is also banner night for ZD. People forget that. We have not had a
true.
chance to, have our first game, get our title rings, and, kind of slap each other on the ass for winning. It almost feels right that we get the Reese's. Just give me a giant Reese's I could just eat. Like the one the size of your heads
Yep.
that they sell in the store. Let's go with
Yep.
that.
Jeff, have you thought about actual banners, like maybe in the Chicago office, like by the basketball court? That would be kind of sick. Dozen
Yes, I've
championship
talked to Hank
banners,
about
and
it.
I'm
It's
not
something
just
I
saying
want to
that because I'm
do.
a champ.
I told Hank I want
Yeah.
to hang banners from atop of the basketball. He's like, yeah, sure. He's like,
Like,
that's
like
yes.
it could look like you like your high school's like
Yeah.
basketball court with their championships. That would look sick.
I keep forgetting to do it. I need to
And
do it. Maybe I'll do that before the
I don't
tournament
mean
this
to make
year.
it about me, but mentioning the dozen, I'm on a new team this year. I think it was a connection that people didn't see coming.
Robbie, Kirk, and Clemmer.
Yeah.
Clemmer is in what I could only describe as the biggest lose-lose spot in the history of the dozen because he will never get credit for winning. And if he loses, it'll likely be like a little thing that Kirk has a tiny blind spot in, or you have a tiny blind spot. And they're like, okay, Clemmer. So I actually think he's a psychopath for signing up to play on that team. But for the sake of content, I'm very thankful he's doing it. It's gonna be great.
I'm excited about the Robbie and Kirk connection. We talked about Oasis before. There was something appealing to that for me as well. I think people would look at us like the Gallaghers. Oh, they'll probably never be on stage together. They'll probably never be teammates. I said,
Right.
fuck it. I'm a Minifan for life now.
We made our prediction about Tom Brady and Super Bowls. I predict Clemmer's name will be crossed off the Kirk graphic on the suitcase twice before their first game. Before their first game, it'll be crossed off twice. Like that is a very explosive relationship between those two.
Well, what we'll have to get the bachelor party thing cooked. A food tour of Epcot or just all of. Could you imagine?
The whole park. I follow people that do it in all different parks, and it's like there's even stuff that isn't at Epcot that you're like, oh my God, we don't have to make a journey to go get that. It's a random hot
if
dog
we
pretzel
planned
thing
out
or
a
whatever.
food tour of every park, I mean that would be
No, we didn't do. I know we're the Disney boys, but we didn't do Universal as a group last time either. Maybe we do a
well, they have the
two-day
new thing
We
opening.
do Disney and then Universal, the Epic Universe. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to, just make this harsh on Dave's wallet, but
In between, we can also
do
order
Universal
some Pardon My
Boys as well.
Cheesesteak. Shout out Pardon My Cheesesteak. Get free delivery code AWL. They're everywhere. They're here in LA, Florida, all over the place. Order the Big Cat combo, cheesesteak, fries, drink. Get it for the Super Bowl. Get it for the big game.
The chicken
Have that ready to
cheesesteak's
go.
really good as well.
Yeah, nothing like a good, just not in a big cheesesteak being a game. This is my first West Coast Super Bowl too. Game starts at 2:00 here.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. On Sunday, I was craving a cheesesteak, and I was like, I can't get one because I'm playing the Eagles right now. That feels like a
Oh, yeah,
real
that'd have been bad.
juju
Bad
move.
vibes.
Now it's like, all right, the season's over. I'm getting myself a cheesesteak.
Yeah. Ooh, it sounds very good right now. Maybe that's my lunch. Maybe I just fire Pardon My Cheesesteak for lunch.
Get some Pardon
Anything
My
else?
Cheesesteak.
hmm.
Anything else? Anything from the Unnamed show today? I don't think so. I mean, the talk about Dave and Kirk back in the day, the 2011 stuff was
Pretty funny.
hysterical. We don't have to
Yep.
rehash it, but funny Unnamed show. Oh, Roan.com debuted this week. Shout out Roan, new
Roan.com.
show. I thought that was really good. I thought it was really funny. A lot of clips he showed that I hadn't seen before that cracked me up.
Do you guys?
Yeah,
I don't know if
that's
you
it.
guys heard it. The first time Roan was on with Dave, or I don't know if it was the first time, but he had the JoJo and JoJo show, JoJo, and all the different things he pitched Dave. Now he's doing that, but now he has a show to actually bear some of that out. I think
And
it's
someone brought that up. Someone brought up the JoJo, and Joe show. And he was like, yeah, maybe this is the time we finally make it happen. It was good, though. I'm excited for the future. He's got a lot of like good ideas of around the office stuff. So hopefully it
there's
livens up our office here.
people were confused by his thing of world building, which
Yeah.
I know we all knew what that meant, and I'm like,
Which
that
nerds
is
are like, yeah, he's world
like
building.
Roan is
No
gonna,
duh.
I can't even imagine what that like where that's gonna be in a year of like the characters and like the things that Roan has created for that show. So yeah, shout out Roan.com. Check it out. I guess that's it. Good luck to all the teams in the Pro Bowl this weekend.
I
those
thought
who
you were gonna
watch
say
the
teams
Pro
in the
Bowl.
dozen. We're wishing luck to the Pro Bowl teams. Come on.
Yeah, check out the dozen next Tuesday and all week from New Orleans. Hopefully it's warm. It's been very cold there recently. It's been like snow, which really cuts in the crawfish season, which is a shame. But crawdads will be consumed next week. I can say that much.
We're looking
excited.
at 70, 68, 69. So
Okay.
as of now, knock on wood, early in the week for the dozen, looks pretty good.
Experts
Great.
yak, then it's ZD Booze Ponies, and then winners take on each other. It
Big
is
matches.
also we are debuting a brand new graphics, but we now have all season like a moving, flashy, like CBS, NBC, Fox graphics package. It is our graphics team and Pete's team built it from the ground up. It looks incredible. They are wizards. It looks
Shout out
so
Pete.
good. Very excited.
Shout out Pete and his team.
Yeah, very excited. So yeah, we'll see. Eventually, it'll be the the Basement Boys will be taking on and Team Minahan against ZD now at Basement Boys battle. What a
I
what a
don't like
world.
that.
match.
I don't
What
like
a
facing
world.
Bob.
That's it.
Dave versus Compton is always must-see TV because
Oh,
it's the
yeah.
captainship
And this could be
And
the
this time right now, too.
I don't know if
exactly.
he's ever going to. I really don't know. Like I hope he's
This is
able
like
to play
CM
after
Punk
this.
when he was the WWE champ. Like Dave said, it's like he's going to a different company. You don't want to have him leave with the title. I'm sure Dave doesn't want the Boost Ponies winning in New Orleans.
I said that Jeff's going to be Earl Hebner, and it's going to be Dave's going to be Shawn Michaels putting him in the sharpshooter. It's going to be the New Orleans screw job.
Jeff just dings it right away. Correct.
Correct. Ding, ding, ding.
If your will, is there a better chance Dave lets you play the remainder of the season if you beat him or lose to him?
Lose to him.
Lose.
Dave
Like
wants
if
someone to
you
beat up on.
Yeah, but if you lose to him, then it's like goodbye.
Then-
like it's
then
over.
maybe
or
it's-
is it
yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
just
your
keep beating
send-off.
up on Will Compton. But if he beats you
True.
guys, if
Then he
beats you,
wants
it's like
revenge.
I gotta get revenge. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Shit.
I don't know.
It's a Sophie's choice.
If he's not able to play, I have a couple replacements in mind, and I think the hard sell I'm gonna have to make is to get Ryan Whitney to replace Will Compton.
Ooh, that's a good.
Oh, wow.
If
That's
it
a good-
happens,
Yeah.
Whit's like I'm bad at it. It doesn't matter. Will Compton is a 0 points per game scorer. Basically, it doesn't. You are that is a vibes position.
Yeah.
Your vibes.
Didn't he call himself for a Will Compton question once?
Yes,
About
and they
himself?
also
And it went straight to voicemail. Yeah.
Yeah, he called himself because he changed
Yeah.
his name in his phone as a bit.
I mean, you can't make this up about the guy. I love him. I'm gonna miss him. I love the Boost Ponies too. I hope they land on their feet all right if he does leave. Is there going to be any more news regarding dozen teams and?
Yeah, there's a lot of new
stuff?
teams. We just announced Glenny Ball's back. Glenny Balls will
Yep.
be playing in the dozen, and it's Glenny, Tommy Smokes, and Hannah Montoya, brand new Uptown Balls trio. There's a couple other new teams, couple reshuffles. Basically, we were going to do a draft, and I didn't like the draft idea. The draft is a fun idea mid-season when you are like, oh, something fresh would be fun. Then you hear the draft, and you're like, man, this could create a bunch of teams nobody cares about. And this could ruin a bunch of like very well-established things. So we tried to find people that wanted to play together that would fit well. It's not easy, but I think I like where we're at. It's going to be a fun sprint to the tournament. There's a new site for the Final Four. We'll be announcing it next week as well.
Ooh, that's
It will
right.
not be in Chicago. So it's going to be in a new site, and it's a very good Barstool city. So I'm very, very excited about that.
What's the 3 times a week? 2 times? Do you have a schedule?
3 times
for,
a week,
like-
Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. And the first round of the tournament this year is going to be best of 3. 8
Oh,
teams make it.
wow.
Best of 3. So if you lose once, you are not out, which is what I want. I want teams to go there
Nice.
and feel like, okay, we can make a run even if we lose that first. I think it's better that way. So
I like
I'm
that.
excited. Very excited.
Cool.
That's it. Shout out Mountain Dew. Shout out Reese's, which I am going to go probably order right now just because now I'm craving it big time. And shout out to part of my cheesesteak.
Part of my cheesesteak, a Baja Blast, and a Reese's. You just got my lunch.
That sounds so good.
Perfectly laid out there. Thank you.
That's lunch and dessert right there.
Breakfast of champions.
Yeah. This has been the rundown for Bob Fox, Clem, and Jeff DeLille. We'll see it.